experience. He has over 11 years of client-facing experience across various industries. He also possesses a deep understanding of the project management methodologies, including agile, waterfall, and hybrid methodologies. In addition to this, he is PMP certified and also certified with other Microsoft skills. Mr. Afsan, over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the introduction. And again, I would like to say thank you to PMI Kerala and Lakeshore Chapters. Thank you for organizing this event. I'm really excited to share my experience and skills that I gained throughout this period. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. Right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, Rafsan.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. So I will go ahead and start. I will skip this part because I already gave, Nishal already gave information, but my main area is I'm both IT and technical program manager, and I run multiple projects, and I would say I can't do any of this without leveraging tools, and one of them, of course, Microsoft Loop. And today's agenda is all about, again, I'll shortly mentioning about key components of Microsoft Loop, overview of Loop, how we can create and manage our project in Loop, and we can also leverage Microsoft Loop within different applications, including Teams Outlook, OneNote, and so on. And then we will go ahead and do demo, and you can follow along. You don't have to necessarily have a Microsoft E5 subscription. You can, if you have your free Microsoft Outlook account, you can also leverage that to go ahead and follow along. Okay, let me go. By the way, at the end, I will share the resources. Sai mentioned that she was sharing the presentation with you. Resources are really good because that way you can get the official documentation that includes all the steps that you can take to get started with Microsoft Loop and troubleshooting questions there too. So let's start with the Microsoft Loop. What's Microsoft Loop? Microsoft Loop is a modern collaboration tool that allows people, business professionals, but in this case, I will just refer project managers to create their projects in single workspace, bring their documentation, bring their team members, and start collaboration within that workspace. And the security is at the top here because all the team members can get access to Microsoft Loop. If you don't share with anyone else, no one can get access. So security is very important part of Microsoft Loop. And by the way, it's also still in the development. Every week I can see they constantly add new features, making it, more, I would say, scalable across the organization. So key components of Microsoft Loop, I will show it to you in a bit, but there are three key components of Microsoft Loop application. The first one is Loop components. These are portable pieces of content that you can share across multiple applications as services, and anywhere, anytime team member updates them, it syncs the progress. So that means that you don't have to actually open the Microsoft Loop app necessarily. All you can do, wherever it's shared with you, whether it's Outlook or Teams, you can directly update the content there. And the content can be table, can be task list, can be paragraph, can be Microsoft Planner, and so on. And the Loop page is coming the second. This is the flexible canvases and sync of canvases that you can go all the way through right or bottom, and it extends as you add more content there. And the content varies here. Again, you can add like simple content, or you can bring your documentation like Word, Excel, PowerPoint with metadata. And of course, we have Loop workspaces. Think of workspaces like how you create Microsoft Teams folder for your project. Microsoft Loop workspaces is almost equivalent to that, but with more capabilities, which I will share in a second. Okay, but how Sorry, Sai, I see background sound. Can you mute that, please?
Yes, done.
Oh, great, thank you. So, but now you are asking, Rafsan, I'm a project manager, why I need to care about Loop? Because if you are managing multiple projects, it's really challenging to provide oversight for each project. So that's why you need one application with the synchronization capabilities that you can keep track of your project tasks there. It basically provides you with a single platform. You can bring different application services inside that platform. And also you can easily create project planner there. You can easily create task lists and assign tasks there. And again, I will show you in a second, but it has a lot of great capabilities that I've been using it. I've been continuously sharing my experience with my colleagues. I currently work at Caterpillar, and you will be really surprised with the modern controls that Loop brings. And also stay organized with Loop's note-taking features. So you probably leverage OneNote or even Word to take notes. With Loop, you can actually add meeting notes directly when you have meetings in Teams. So all you need, just open the notes section there, and you can start adding the meeting notes, and you can also leverage the task list there. So if there is any assignment there, you can directly add assignment there. And once you have all the meetings, you can create the Loop components and within those meeting notes, and then share with the other team members and so on. So collaborate with your time in real time, and I will show you in a bit again. So if you create something, let's say task list or paragraph or simple brainstorm ideas, you can create a Loop component and you can directly copy and paste that into Outlook, Teams, and your team members can collaborate. And depends on the access you give to team members. Sometimes they can get access to only Loop components, sometimes to workspace, or sometimes page. All right, and we will also leverage pre-built templates when we start planning our project. So let's go ahead and start our Loop demo. So to get access to Microsoft Loop, all you need, go to Microsoft 365. It's right here. So this is the Microsoft 365 homepage. If you come here, at the top left, you will see App Launcher. Click App Launcher. Here you can see all the applications that you have access to. So right now, for example, I can see Loop, but if you don't see Loop, don't worry about that. Just click More Apps. And click All Apps. And this way you can see all the applications that you have. So here, all I need to find Loop, it's right here. This is the first way you can get access, and this applies to E5 subscription. But if you don't have E5 subscription, simply go to loop.cloud.microsoft, and you can sign in with your personal Microsoft account. So some features will not be available to you, but still you can get the most out of it. So I am here. As I mentioned, let's say I have 3 different projects. For each 3 projects, I have a dedicated workspace. And for this, let's treat our session as a simple project. So I will click this one, and this opens up the workspace for us. And if you look at here, I can navigate to other projects from here. So let's say we just started a new project. What we need to create project process groups, right? Project initiation, project planning, execution, and so on. So all we need, let's start with the project Loop page. As I said, these are flexible canvases. So what I can do, I can simply click. The first time you create workspace, it gives you first page, you can customize it. For example, here, what we want, this is going to be project initiation process group. And you can add icon. I really like icons because that way you can differentiate the different pages. That you can add any icon you want. And I will also add a cover letter. So this is good. I click apply. So from here, what we need to do for project initiation process group, right? So we basically have project charter. We have also stakeholder register, right? So whether you can create from here or you can create new subpage and you can call this, for example, business case or project charter. So from here, you can actually start leveraging templates. If you click template gallery, you will see all the templates here. If you are in the learning mode, you can use it with the sample data, or if you don't want, you can just simply use the empty template. So if you look at the project brief, for example, this is very similar to our project charter. It provides high-level information about the overview, why we are overtaking, why we are implementing this project. And you can highlight the goals, and you can also show the team members. It's again, it already pre-built, right? So if I come here, if I click, as you can see, it says include content for if you are learning, or otherwise you don't have to, and click use this template. Okay. And as you can see, there is no content there. It's just a empty template. So you can start, again, let's call this project charter. From here, you can create stakeholder register or basically include all your information here. And if you look at here, it's already pre-built. So from this phase, between initiation and planning, we have project deliverables, right? So we can leverage this too. And if you look at here, we have already selected data types, for example, assigned to its people column. So if I come here, if I click Rafsan, you can select this, and this will trigger an email to Rafsan, to my Outlook account, saying that you were assigned this task. And due date is calendar and bucket list, right? So let's do to do, due date, I can select this. Perfect. So let's say we are done with project initiation group. I can just collapse this. I can create another page, and this time this is going to be project planning, or simply we can leverage project planning. Use this template. I can just collapse this to make it even bigger. So from here, again, everything here is customizable. You can change the cover, you can change the icon, and so on. And why I like this template specifically, because if you look at here, it started with the status. It provides our stakeholders, or team members, the status of the project planning. And from here, if you click, it gives you a drop-down list. You can choose in progress. Let's start from roles. So what I do, again, this is very simple to Excel, but this is no code. You don't have to write in a formula. Let's say we have roles. We have assignee. I don't like the name assignee. I like team member. So what I do, we can easily come here, select this, and we can easily drag and drop here. Now it's first one, team member, roles, and what additional information we need for our project planning. We need also responsibilities. So I will add here and click these responsibilities. And let's say team member, I can say Rafsan. Sometimes it takes time. And role, you can say project manager. and responsible for overall success. Project. So from here, what I can do, I can make this share as a component. So I can copy this. Let's say we are collaborating in teams, right? So let's come to teams. I have a team member, Alex, and all I need, copy and paste it here. Again, usually project planning is a team activity, but I'm just showing you the, let's say Alex is out of office. He can't join the call, but he can says, okay, what his responsibilities. You can say IT analyst. So Alex just added the information from here, right? Now, if I come back here, I can see the information here just added. So this gives us ability sync the progress. And if you want, you can add also information this way. Like this gives you form experience where you can add information here. You can tag people. You can add comments and if you want, you can delete and so on. So let's say this is the first one and rules. We created just a loop component. As I said, loop components are the pieces of content that can be synced anywhere you work. So I just added in the Teams, but you can also do that with an Outlook too. So here is the background context. Here's the opportunity statement for project statement. What else we need? We can also create, let me add emoji here, star, what we can say in scope, and I can highlight this, and under this, we can say create a Power Apps. And we can also say out of scope. I will add another emoji. And we'll say so we can say that we will not this time integrate with the database. So there are some templates here, you can use it, but sometimes I found that, for example, assignment, I don't need that. If you use Agile, perfect. This is like user story that you can use. Or goals, or you can highlight the milestones here too. But what I will do, I will leverage progress tracker. So all I need come to progress tracker. And it's already pre-built. So I can, it comes with the status, as you can see, not started, in progress, ready for review, end date. So let's say you created this and now you want to export it to Excel. That's no problem. So all you need, click export to Excel, because sometimes you don't want to share the loop, but you just want to share with like Excel format. So I'll come here. I don't know why giving me hard time. Let me do this. I apologize, for some reason it looks like it's blocked on my web browser that I can download it, but I'll come back to that later. But let's say you have any relevant links. So let's say you are creating a Word document, you can come to Word.new, click. Let's name this stake requirements. Now we can directly, like in the past, let's say you store this in Teams or SharePoint, so you can click that. So this is related to our project planning, right? You can come to relevant links and paste that here. So as you can see now, we get the metadata information, the file of the name of the file, edited by whom, and it also provides the breadcrumbs here so that you can see where you can find the information. But let's say you use Planner. So here you can create a subplan and call this Planner. Right now, let's say I have only one plan. By the way, if you use your personal account, you will probably not get access to Planner because Planner is part of Microsoft 365 E5 subscription. So you need to have subscription. So I can just simply copy this and come back here and paste it here, and Planner is just literally embedded in my loop. So that means that you don't have to go to Planner. You can plan your project from here. And let's say if you want to add a new task, you can add it here. Or let's say you completed this task or shift to build stage, you can shift it here. Now, if we come back here, just refresh, and you can see that it also sync the progress here. So personally, I don't use Planner that much because I don't see great value on that. But if you want to use it, yes, you can integrate here. Or if you use any DevOps, if you are running any DevOps project using Jira, all you need to click / come back here. And from this list, you can bring your Jira and Trello here too. So right now I just brought Planner, but you can do the same thing to Jira and Trello as well. And let's also create a task list here. Task list is really great because it also sync your progress with Planner as well as Microsoft To Do. Let's say I'm creating a project charter assigned to Rafsan, due date is the and so now if you look at here, it says tasks apps. I can open this in To Do or Planner and it syncs the progress. So if I open in the To Do, and it's right here, create a project charter. And the same thing, if I come back here, open Planner, and you can see that it just also created an item or record in the Planner too. So, but let's also take this step further, start doing the automation, because you can do automation in Excel, that's correct, but you need to write formulas. And sometimes those formulas are really challenging. So what you can do, I will just create a new subpage. And let's start from our project planning from here. Or let's say, call it project tracker. So all I need, / click table. So from here, we can say task ID. You don't need the task ID because it's already auto generated. I'll call task name. So I will show you this in a second, why I did this, but I will call this Kanban. I will select the label. And I will choose this Kanban. I will add this description. I found always interesting. Sometimes as a project manager, we don't add description for each task. I would recommend always add description for your tasks. The reason, because you are planning your project today and 2 months later, team member will probably forget what the task is about. So always add description there. And from here, I will add duration. And I will make this start date. And I will select the data type from here, which is date. And I will also make this due date. And also select date column. And maybe also add stats column. We can choose label and we can say progress. That's it. So now sometimes, and we can also extend this, by the way, it will just basically fit into your screen. And from here, what we can do, we can actually turn this to board view. And let's say we have all the product backlog items here, and you can see you get the Kanban view. It's up to you how you want to use, doesn't matter. You can, once you drag and drop tasks here, actually it will also sync with the table view too. I personally like table view. So here we can actually say model. I will say to do. Again, it's up to you how you plan your project task. I usually do like in Kanban format, like to do, doing, and so on. Description. Duration. You know that your team members are supposed to provide that information. Let's say 2 days, start date. Now you get this beautiful calendar view. Let's say if we start on Monday and we will be done by Wednesday, and the progress not started. So same way, if you come back here forward and you can see it's already in due, and you can again drag and drop it here. So if we come back to table, and as you can see now it's in the progress. But this is one of the benefits. But on the other hand, what we can do, we can start automation part. So if I come back here, if you use, and I need to open this again, if you use Power Automate, this is like Power Automate like rules. For example, I can say Kanban becomes equals select done, then automate. So basically each automation has trigger and action parts. Trigger means that certain criteria meets, and then trigger and do this action. In this case, we are saying that when my Kanban column equals to done, then automate, send an email, send a message on chat, or send a message on group chat. So these are the options right now, but I'm sure they will later improve, add more items here. For example, you might be thinking that, hey, my team members, they don't look at their Outlook because they receive so many emails. You can do that via Teams. So all you need to click continue. If you are doing this first time, you need to give permission to loop to connect your Teams. So as you can see right now, it just asked me my permission. If I click next and set up your flow, let's give another, okay. So it asks who are the recipient of this. So as a project manager, I will put myself. Now create flow. Again, this is no code, no formula, no coding required. All you need just simply select the right trigger action. So this is our first rule here. Now, if I come back here, if I change the status to done, now if I come back to Teams, let's wait a second. Okay, I just received an email saying that Kanban was modified to done by Rafsan Hussainov this date, and it gives me the link. So one thing I would like to see later, they make this deep linking. That means when you click, instead of taking you to loop, it would take you to, oh, perfect. They already updated. So that means that it just doesn't take you to the loop application, but it also takes you exact that record so that you can see that, oh, okay, this is the record that it's updated. So from here also you have great filtering options. So for example, you probably create table in Excel and create the filtering, but here you have all these great filtering options. It's pre-built. Start date equals, you can choose the date, for example, today, and apply, and it will basically filter the tasks accordingly. So these are the benefits that you can see. You can also sort by date, and anytime, for example, we have rule, if you want to turn off, all you need just toggle this off, that's it. And you can delete it, you can edit it, and you can also create new rules if you want. So let's also come back here. Now let's say you are using loop, but you don't have to just limit yourself to loop. So now you can also use within teams. So here's my team member. There is a icon here. This is for loop components. So right now, if you use Microsoft Teams, you have access to these components. So if you click, I don't know, sometimes this sign, let me take this, okay, here. So if I click, now you can select from here. Progress tracker, checklist, bulleted list, and so on. Or you can also create a Kanban board from here. Let's say you have a scope creep, you can easily create a tracker here, and so on. The same way you can use it from OneNote 2 here. If you come here and you have this loop components, click here, you can use loop components from here. Let's say you are in the Power Apps development, you can click code, and you can bring your code here, or your team members can bring their codes here. And there are various programming languages here. You can just select any of these and paste your code, and then copy the component and share with your team members. Same way, if you want to use within Outlook, all you need, create new mail. And if you come back here, click this. This will also open up a loop component so that you can use it from here. So important licensing information. Again, if you have Microsoft 365 subscription, what you can do, you can use this within your organizational setting. All you need one of these licensing. If you have that, you are good to use. If you have these but still don't see loop in your applications, between your applications, just ask your IT administrator so that they can enable, because it's still in the public preview. Let's say you don't have your organization doesn't use a loop, but you want to use in your personal settings, that's fine too. Here, loop for personal accounts, so you can, so all you need, just create personal Microsoft account. That's completely free. Creating Microsoft account, it gives you basic Outlook account, Teams, and so on, and you can later join the family or personal plan to get access to other plans too. So again, this is so far what I've been using. There are other components that I recently started using, but you can see the list of the components here. For example, if you are working on, a lot of you probably, you might be writing articles, you can come here, you can click / table of contents. Now, let's say if I make this header, so as you can see, this turned out like table of contents. Now you can start adding information. And then once you have this, again, you can make this a component and share with others. Sharing your workspaces or loop components. If you come here, you can see that there are share options. You can share your entire workspace. I would recommend be cautious here because you wouldn't like others to get access to your workspace unless they are team members. So from the project management perspective, if you want to give access to your team members, maybe your project stakeholders or project sponsor, this is the option I would use. Or inside the workspace, you can create multiple pages. You don't have to share all of them. You can just simply click page link and that they will only get access to loop page, not other pages. And loop component, this is the component, as I said, this is the basically portable piece of content. So you can just simply copy and share with others. They will only get access to these loop components. Let's say if I'm sharing this loop component, under that, let's say we have a progress tracker. That means they will not see this. They will see only what I shared with them, even though this is part of a page and so on. So that's it for today. Again, I just wanted to give you high-level information. Maybe in the future, we can also apply more dedicated use cases, like how you can create UAT testing, vision loop, and so on. But that's the future sessions. Hope this was insightful. Now let's go ahead and start questions. Oh, there are so many questions here already. Let me see. Let's start from, I don't know where to start. Wow. Okay. So Rohit, Jira and Confluence, but they are both Atlassian products. Jira is basically like if you use Azure boards, it's like similar. Confluence is for documentation. So for example, you create the wikis, you create additional information. That's the time that you use Confluence. Oh, okay. So I saw this is Jira and Confluence. So Sean, thanks for the information. But Loop is similar to Confluence, but the big advantage is how it exactly. And just let's take a step back and think about our daily life. So we open our laptop every day at 8 or 9 a.m. How many applications do we need to check? Outlook, Teams, Azure boards, or Jira, or so many applications. Now imagine we are bringing all of them into one single space. So you don't have that context switching, and that's why it's going to save you and your team members a lot. I mean, right nowadays, just simple use case. Prior to Loop, let's say we create a communication management plan. There is a Word file. We just, our communication specialists create that, then send to others. Please edit this. Please update this part. People add comments, and you can see like it gets sometimes so challenging, and people like, where is the link? How can I get access? Oh, where is my comment? But with Loop, you don't have that challenge. You can create one loop and share with everyone, and everyone adds their comments that it's visible to everyone. So one place for all the great collaboration. Okay, Sean, you have a question about Loop as an extension of replacement planner. No, I don't think it's a replacement of planner. So what I showed it to you basically sync capabilities. Planner is going right now, I think, measure improvements. There's a new planner coming soon that includes both web as well as to do. I think it's really cool, but those updates, I think it's relevant to planner in Teams. So again, I don't use planner that much. I use mostly Loop project tracker. if this is simple, but otherwise I use Azure boards for my development work. So there is a great sync capabilities, but I don't think it will replace Planner. Okay, there is another question I will agree with. I also wanted to know that with great note-taking features provided by, does Microsoft Loop has the ability to record, summarize, and make the to-do list for the, oh, perfect. So if you are there is Copilot for Microsoft 365. I use that in my organizational setting. So I can show it to you. There is Copilot in Microsoft Loop that helps you to create, summarization, to create, even you can ask to create me a table. It can take notes, but I would say if you're talking about the teams, I would use Copilot for Microsoft 365. It takes the notes. It also provides information. For example, I'm part of Copilot for Microsoft 365 testing group in my organization. So you can, if you join the meeting later, there is a Copilot action there. You can ask, so far, what information shared? It provides you that information. But in Teams, let me go to my Teams. Whenever you schedule a call, you can actually now start leveraging Microsoft Loop in the Teams. So let me show it to you. Calendar, let's say I am scheduling a call. Oh, okay. Since this is my personal Teams, I don't see it. But if you use Teams in your organizational setting, under this text box, there is another box that's a loop page. If you click there, you can start creating agenda there, and during the meeting, it will pop up and you can directly add meeting notes there and assign the tasks from there. So it has built-in capabilities. Another question, to me looks like a unique proposition is that it can integrate with the various Office apps and requires. Yes, exactly. So it can integrate with, as I showed, with OneNote, Outlook, Teams, Planner, To Do, and you don't need any integration because it's built in. It's also another Microsoft product, so that's why it makes even more, I would say, user-friendly because you don't have to find ways to integrate or copy and paste. So the built-in, it's already built-in capability when it comes to integration. It can interact with MS Project or, okay, so right now it can't integrate with MS Project. And I'm assuming you're talking about MS Web Project, correct? So it doesn't have this capability yet, but as I said, it's still in the development. Every day I see more and more capabilities added there. But integration with MS Web Project, I think if there is that opportunity in the capability in the future, it will still require additional licensing because web, it's not free tool. All right, create to-do items in Planner or whatever your project management tool is, or does it stay in? So I don't know Otter AI, but if you create, let's say, project task in Planner and you integrated Planner in Loop, it will sync the progress. So let me come back here again. So let's say, where is our plan? If I open this project planner, so I can add a task here. Let's say.
Son, do you want to share your screen?
Oh, sorry, I saw that I'm sharing. Thanks for letting me know. So regarding the, can you see my screen now?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
How about
Okay,
now?
yes.
So let's say I'm in the Loop application and I integrated Planner with Loop, right? I can add build the Power Apps first screen. This is just simple task, set due date here and assign to Rafsan, right? Add task. you can see it's here, and inside this I can maybe add additional item. And add another item. So let me exit from here. So now you can see it here, right? So if we come back to planner, it's not here yet. All you need just refresh, and it's right now here. And you can do the same. You can add task in planner and come back here. It will sync the progress. Or you can take entire component and come back to Teams. Let me delete this. I can paste it here. All right, I think it doesn't have, Alex doesn't have access, so let me come back here. So let me share my entire workspace. So it may take some time to sync the access, but if I come back to Teams, now if I paste it here, so it would open up another component like this, and Alex can add or see his tasks from here. A similar way, you can come back here and paste it here. Again, Alex doesn't have access now, but let's say if he has, he will see this here. And other planner, let's say if I come back here, I can create a, again, anytime you want to share this information, just create a component. To create a component, click these dots and share as a component. Click, copy, and come back to, let's say, Outlook. Let's say you share this information with your boss. So they receive an email and they can start adding information here. Let's say you have issue tracker and let's say due date. It's in the email, right? If I come back here, so you can see that this was just added. So this is the integration and sync capabilities that Loop provides. All right, another question I would also like to know how to create dashboards in Loop. Oh, that's a great question. So as I said, it's still in the development phase. There is no dashboards option, but I'm sure it will come there in maybe next year or sometimes at that period, but right now we don't have that option. So what you can do, you can export the file you created, let's say a table, and then within that you can create the pivot tables. Again, that's a workaround, but that's what it is right now. It's somehow similar. Yes, it's actually very similar to Notion. I think this is just Microsoft's answer to Notion. It's similar. Is that collaboration only within the organization or across the org as long as they have? Yes, Rohit, you can collaborate with entire organization. You are the one setting access controls. So if you, as I said, start from the workspace, share your workspace with only your team members. Then there are pages, let's say you have marketing department collaborating with you sometime for any simple project, then share page with them. And then you can always share with components anyone you want. And they will only get access to Loop component, not the entire workspace or page. If I create a Loop component and send it via email, if my stakeholder aren't using Outlook for email, how will this work in this situation? Well, I think if they are in the same organization, they probably use Outlook, but let's say they don't usually use Outlook for communication purposes, you can send it that via Teams. Okay, sorry. Yes, I think I shared my screen. Can I share a whole page except one? okay, can I share a whole page except one or two components? So sharing page is very interesting. If you are sharing page, they will get access to entire page. So that's why if you have components in that page you don't want to share, just take out those components and add them to separate one. So in the future, they might change those access controls, but so far, if you share your page, they will get access to entire page. You have shown how it interacts with Excel. Can I interact with other apps like PowerPoint also? So you can bring your PowerPoint inside the Loop 2. For example, let me find a, let's say I come here. Let me go to PowerPoint. So if I copy this, so your project PowerPoint here too. So now again, it gives you the information. You can turn this to just link the URL, or you can. I usually like do this this way because that provides like metadata for me. So who edited and the name and the breadcrumbs so that I can navigate to the documentation library. But inside the PowerPoint, no, we don't have that loop icon yet. You can get that in Outlook, Teams, then OneNote, Word, but not in PowerPoint yet. So for the automations in that table demo you showed, can you use Power Automate instead of if you want more customizations? That's a great question. So let me take you here. It's limited right now. If you go to Power Automate, you will see the my flows.
Sorry, screen is not shared.
Oh, sorry about that. I will share in a second. So overall, Sean, you can see the component or automation you created in Loop, but what happens, there are still not fully lavished Power Automate capabilities there. It's just a simple rule right now, but later I'm assuming they will add more capabilities. For example, for the dynamic updates, or you can choose dynamic values. For example, anytime you send task update, it could also add the task information. They are saying that this task ID, so you don't have to manually type. But right now, that's the only capability you can use, like simple automation. Send an email via, send a message via email or Teams channel so that team member can get. But they did this 2 months ago, I would say. So I'm assuming they will add more capabilities. I'm also from lecture. Let's connect sometime. Yeah, absolutely, Rohit. Can you share? Okay. Yeah, awesome. Any other questions? Hope this was insightful. We can maybe get together again. I just wanted to keep this little high level so that we can get started, and for future sessions, we can make this. Oh, Sean, you are here. We can make this, I would say, dedicated to more specific project management use cases. I mean, again, depends on what kind of projects you are running, but technical projects, I found this very handy. Awesome. thanks everyone, and looking forward to, yeah, go ahead.
I have one question. Thank you, Rafsan, for this intuitive presentation. It was really, really enlightening. So I have one question. So I saw that, like, the way you started, this project, like within Loop,
Mhm.
it's kind of
Yes.
like more of a waterfall method, right? Like you started with the project charter and then planning and
Yes.
then, the next steps. While like in Jira, you have got the ability to create sprints, right? So is there
Exactly.
any feature like that in Loop? Because otherwise it might get really confusing a bit as to which sprint we are in and like, what are some of
I
the things we
totally
have agreed
understand.
on.
Yeah, so the thing is, Loop is not project management application. So if you
Okay.
are using, especially for like agile software development, you should look for Jira or Azure DevOps, Azure boards. Here, there are some capabilities that you can leverage because remember, not all the people have access to Jira or Azure DevOps because those are subscription based. A lot of organizations, they still use Excel for their project planning. But what project Microsoft Loop offers you, you can turn your table or tracker to Kanban board. So that gives you better like sprint planning. But again, if you are planning your sprint, I would recommend using other tools. This is just beginning, but if you are looking for like 100% robust project management software, no, this is not that, because if you notice, there is no dependency action here. In project planning, let's say even for waterfall, like we have finish to start, we have start to start, we have start to finish, and we have start to start. You can do that here. So you can do that with MS Project Web, you can do that with Project Desktop, but not here. The reason, because even though this is Microsoft product, but I don't think they will add all the capabilities here. Otherwise, why we need MS Project, correct? So this is more
or
like
also Copilot.
lightweight project plan. No, I would say Copilot is a little different. As I said, if you have Copilot within your, I'm not talking about Copilot Pro, like there are hundreds of Copilots, right? I'm specifically talking about Copilot for Microsoft 365, the one that connects your Microsoft Graph API. So that way you can leverage that in Microsoft Loop too. All you need just / and then it Copilot window pop up, and you can start writing like natural language, saying that create me table, create me tracker for agile task completion and so on. But Copilot is not project management software. It's basically Microsoft's Gen AI services that you can leverage across multiple within Microsoft 365 applications.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rafsan,
Yeah,
and
of
thanks for
course.
arranging this presentation.
Of course.
Thank you, Rafsan.
Any other questions?
No, we will take it for a bigger session. We will plan for a specific talk on this, or maybe some other from Rafsan, because we are exceeding our time limit for today.
Absolutely.
So, thanks, Rafsan. It was a very nice session. You covered the endless possibilities of Loop within this short time frame. I thank the Lakeshore chapter to link us with Rafsan again. So we are coming to the end of the session. Rafsan, you will share the presentation and other details with us,
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I will share with you, and I'm also putting my LinkedIn here. If you want to connect, you can connect with me. I have also a YouTube channel. I'm citizen developer. I mostly talk about Power Platform and how you can utilize within project management use cases. Connect with me. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I will share the presentation with Nishad. So Nishad, you can forward to our guests.
Thank you, Rafsan. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Rafsan, Rafsan, the LinkedIn
Yes.
link is not, acting fine. It's taking me
Oh,
to the feed. Yeah.
oh, sorry. I think I pasted the wrong link. I'm just pasting now my. Okay, this should work.
Yeah. Yes, this should work. Thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, everyone. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Rafsan.
Bye.
So now I hand over the mic to Ms. Sai Bhadra, who is our VP membership. And she's also working as a global operations manager for a German MNC. Sai?
Thank you so much, Nishad. Actually, I don't want to grab my time. On behalf of PMI Kerala Chapter, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to everyone who joined today for the enlightening session by Rafsan. I believe we will continue the session with more knowledge, and we look forward to your active participation. If you have any specific knowledge like this, please connect with us. We can arrange another Whiz Talk session. So just reminding everyone to share your opinion. I think Nishad will share the PDU code and the feedback form. Please don't forget to share the feedback as well, that we can make our future events more successful. Thank you again, and over to you, Nishad.
Thanks, Sai. So I have the PDU claim code displayed on the screen. Please note it down. I'll keep it open for 2-3 minutes. And also I have a QR code for the feedback. Please do scan the QR code and share your feedbacks. Also, I take this opportunity to thank everybody for attending this Whiz talk. Also, I extend an invitation to all to come forward with your technical expertise. We will give you a platform to discuss this with others and share your knowledge. This is how the world works. Please come forward. Thank you.